welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Nina's Chelsea Corner, and thank you to everyone who has joined. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you've enjoyed your celebrations. If you celebrated Christmas and New Year's, I hope you've had a nice time. The transfer window is underway. Chelsea are back in business, and yes, we are here to talk transfer news. Let me say hello to some of you in the chat. Hi, Liv. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. Yes, David. Thank you so much. Hi, Liv. Bless you. You've been waiting here for a while. Thank you so much. Hi, Daniel. Hi. I think we need a striker. It's important. Yes, we will talk about a striker. Alan, Happy New Year to you too. Thank you so much for joining. When is Nina starting? I have started. Obviously, always fashionably late. Hello and Happy New Year to you too. Jacob, big up everybody that has joined. Guys, make sure to smash up the likes on your way in if you haven't done so already. Really helps the channel out. Thank you so much to everyone who is here. You look so pretty. Thank you so much, Liv. We hate Tottenham. Yes, we do. Hi, Nina. Happy New Year. Wishing you much love and all the best. Hopefully this year you hit 5K on YouTube. Thank you so much, Paul. Hopefully, obviously, new year, new things to come. I hit, 3,000 subscribers on Christmas Day. So that was pretty fun for me. Really enjoyed it. Channel's been up for about 7 months now. So obviously heading into the new year, there's going to be lots more content to come. I have lots of new ideas for videos and stuff, and a lot of you have been suggesting videos as well, so keep those coming. Anything you want to see from me, I am happy to do, plan, but yeah, it's all a learning curve. So thank you to every single one of you that has supported me, that has subscribed, been commenting, liking, and obviously, here with me today. So thank you, Paul. Chilwell is back in training. Yes, thankfully our injury list is decreasing slowly, which is obviously a good sign. We're coming up to a very important turning point in the season as well, where things are really starting to shape up and we need to be picking up points. So having players back in, particularly a left back, since we have not had one, is going to be welcoming for sure. I think Nico's got a lot of hate. I know he hasn't been top, but I feel like he'll be incredible for us in the future. Yeah, look, Jackson hasn't been in great form, but I do agree with you. He has received more hate, and I've been critical of Jackson. I don't hate him. I don't hate on players, but I have criticised because I felt like I have needed to. I've said time and time again that I rate his work ethic. I think he's got lots to him. You know, he works hard, and you can see that he wants, to score, and he's hungry to play for Chelsea. I just think at times his inexperience comes through a little bit too much, when he shoots and it's just miles off, or, he makes a wrong decision and it costs us in games. And I truly think we could be so much higher up in the table than we already are if a lot of those chances have been finished. But you're right, it's not just Jackson. A lot of our front line can collectively take blame for chances that just haven't been put away this season. But hopefully he will find his feet. I mean, he's going away to AFCON, obviously, so best of luck to him there. Hi, Nina. Gorgeous. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you so much for joining. Why is Lewis running anti-Poch agenda? Well, Lewis has not been Pochettino's very favourite manager for a while. I mean, he just doesn't really see Chelsea successful really with Pochettino as our gaffer, and I think that he just wants him out. It has had enough, and probably reminds him of Potter a little bit, I've heard, in some ways, but each to their own. Everyone that has a right to an opinion. Do you go to women's Chelsea games? Yes, not as many as the men's because I have a season ticket. But I try and go where I can, but I do watch them. And thank God for our women in recent years, right? Because the men have been shocking. You've been repping us well on other debate channels. Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of you saw that I was on Judge Mo's channel as well a couple times in the last few days, and I stood up for obviously Poch, our club. They wanted to banter me, but when it came down to talking about what trophies we have, yeah, it ended obviously in favour, but yeah, obviously going to back our Chelsea. Where do you think Chelsea can finish, Nina? Look, to be fair, I was a lot more optimistic before the start of the season, like all of us here. Obviously, preseason sold us a dream, and I had us in top four. Well, yeah, I had us finishing fourth, but look, it's very different now. I think it's still very early to rule anything out. I think top four is far fetched, but European spots, if we go on a win, well, a good run of form and on a winning streak, then anything is possible. But again, I'd rather not anticipate until we actually see what's going to come. If Chilwell hamstring goes again, should he go for surgery like Reece? Yeah, look, I mean, equally like Reece James, I think Ben Chilwell has proven to be very injury prone too. And there comes a time where you question how reliable this player is going to be for you in years to come. And it's sad, really, it is. But I just question and worry how fit he can actually stay, even when he does eventually return. Happy New Year to you, Niall. I hope you're also well. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I hear a rumour that AC Milan is willing to spend up to 40 million for both Chalobah and Sarr. If that's true, that's a free 40 mil. Yeah, well, obviously Chalobah, no question there. He is going to be sold. We need to make profit of youth, and Chalobah just seems to be the most obvious first choice for that. I kind of really feel sad for how Chalobah's reign at Chelsea has kind of slowly fizzled out. Obviously injuries, and then just didn't quite find his way back in. And I just think that there was so much potential there for something longer and worthwhile at Chelsea for him, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Like, subscribe, and share. What Niall said, guys, thank you so much. Please do make sure you like this video. And also, many of you have been asking me, but because obviously Christmas was such a good period for the channel, I did also unlock super chats. So those are now available. If you'd like to support the channel, if you'd like to send a super chat, that is there for you too, to help me grow. It's much appreciated. But again, to all of you that are in this live stream right now and watching, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. You are fine. Thank you so much. We should offer Inter package for both Barella and Bastoni. Yeah, look, we are going to talk transfer, guys. I just want to get through a few more of your chats here. Are you going to Chelsea versus Manchester United game, women? No, I'm not going to go to that game because I have exams, but I will be attending some, and hopefully, some Champions League ones as well, because I don't want to miss out on those. I don't see a point in us sacking Poch. Who will replace him? And we know that the players still respect Poch, so there's really no need in sacking him. Yeah, that's the thing. I also said the same thing. I think there's nothing good in sacking a manager that's only just starting to work with young players. It's not good for the young players. It's not good for the club as a whole. And frankly, there just isn't another option that's going to be miles better than Pochettino. And yeah, guys, I mean, the whole point of a transfer window right now is for Poch to have a say on which players he wants to bring in as well. Let's not forget that he was handed a bunch of players that he didn't all want as well. And some of the loans didn't quite make sense, which is why we find ourselves in a bit of a pickle. But hopefully he's going to have some agency in this window. And I just really want him to, just to get players that he wants to. FA Cup and Carabao Cup win and finish, we will get Europa League. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good season for Chelsea, considering the fact that, we are where we are in the league. Form's not been great. Top four is so far-fetched. So getting back into Europe is definitely a must. And I think we will expect nothing less, hopefully. Super chat from Drew. Drew, thank you so much. First super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And who do you want Chelsea to sign this window? Okay, so I guess this is a good way to kickstart the transfer news, who I want to sign. And I think, obviously, addressing the elephant in the room, or rather on the pitch, I want a striker. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that a striker has been a hanging over issue that's not been addressed in the last few years. And we seem to spend so much money, but at the end of the day, it seems to always circle around the fact that Chelsea just didn't go in for a striker. Spent $1 billion. It will always come down to that number. But when you actually assess who we brought in for our front line, and particularly a target man, there just wasn't one. Now, look, a lot of us were at fault for the fact that we thought Nicholas Jackson is going to be that person for us. And, again, preseason sold that dream, but I just don't think that he is going to be a striker that you move forwards with in the long run and you compete for the title in years to come. And maybe I could be awfully wrong. I think he's got potential. I just don't think he is the guy. And right now, Chelsea needs someone to be putting balls at the back of the net because it's just not been happening for us. Obviously, the striker market is quite scarce. Obviously, Victor Osimhen for me would be my number one striker choice. I do like Ivan Toney as well. I'd take him for his Prem, experience. Would I pay 100 million for Ivan Toney though? That is a big question. But again, it comes down to how desperate you really are. But we'll talk about a few more transfers. But thank you so much, Drew, for the super chat. Win Carabao, you get Conference League, win FA, and you get Europa. Don't see any other route into Europe for you lot. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is the only route into Europe now. And a lot of Chelsea fans, me included, I don't want to be out of Europe for another year. We need to get our hands on a winning or a sort of like a competing mentality where these young players know what it takes and what it means to compete, for silverware, to be in Europe, to be a competitive side, because Chelsea right now is far from competitive. We've had a good Carabao Cup run so far. Long may it continue. We've got Middlesbrough, obviously, and then potentially Liverpool or Fulham. And, playing a final, that's still going to be a big deal. But, there's still a long way to go from winning and getting back in. But, I just think that Pochettino still winning a domestic cup, something we haven't done in a while, is going to be, it's going to install a little bit of faith, and I hope that's not a sort of Eric Ten Hag winning a Carabao Cup in his first season type situation. But yeah. We are proud of you, Nina. Every stream you present is a high level. Thank you so much, guys. That really just makes me so happy. And yeah, thank you so much for your comment. I'm really appreciative of your support. Continue liking. Keep your comments coming through. Thank you, guys, for joining me tonight. I think we will finish 6th or 5th this season and win the league for new owners' first trophy. Do you mean we're going to finish 6th or 5th this season and win the League Cup? Right. Oh, I get you. So winning, that would be great. And I think it would be successful because right now, just the fact that, we are so far from, although when you look at it points wise, it doesn't seem that far, but a lot of the teams above us, a few are kind of dropping off a little bit, or there has been a bit of dip of form in some teams, but Chelsea just needs to go on a run, and we potentially could, guys. We potentially could go on a bit of a run this month because domestic cups to play. We've got Fulham in the Premier League at home next weekend as well. That is a game that is there to take, and we will see. Who would you prefer for number one goalkeeper, Sanchez or Petrovic? This is an interesting question because Sanchez is slowly coming back to full fitness. And I think we're going to see a situation where Pochettino has to make a decision whether he wants to continue on playing Petrovic, who, in my opinion, has been showcasing nothing but, good qualities on the pitch, very intelligent in the shootout against Newcastle, some world-class saves against Luton in those final minutes where they looked so dangerous, wasn't necessarily tested against Sheffield, conceded against Everton when he came on, but that game was lost anyway. It had nothing to do with Petrovic. He could have conceded another 2 and it just wouldn't have been his fault because that game was just awful in itself. But what I'm getting at is that Petrovic so far hasn't shown me anything where I question how good he is, and that is making me think, now I need Sanchez straight back into the lineup. Don't get me wrong, I think we still need to see more from Petrovic, but I'd like to see him play against some top 6 teams as well. I'd like to see him tested more by stronger opposition. I think he's good at shot stopping. I think he's good at collecting crosses. I think distribution is better as well. And I don't know about you guys, let me know what you think, but I'm not so nervous when he's got the ball at his feet as opposed to Sanchez. Sometimes he's a little bit shaky and it's like, Sanchez, get rid of the ball because I am terrified. But I think that we need to see more of Petrovic, and I'd keep his form going. Goalkeepers are not something you chop and change every single game, and I don't think it's necessarily dropping Sanchez more than I want to see what Petrovic is like. And let me remind you guys that Sanchez didn't necessarily come in as a number one goalkeeper. He came in to compete with Kepa, but then Kepa walked through the door out to Madrid a week later and he just started. So then Petrovic sort of came in as a number two. But if you look at them, they're technically both number twos. And yeah, I just want to see more of Petrovic, and then I can actually make a decision to see who deserves to start. But if you think about it, Petrovic anyway would have been getting these next sort of fixtures to play, because I think he would have had his time in the FA Cup run. But yeah, I just like to see more of Petrovic for now. But let me know, guys, if you disagree or agree with me. How many Chelsea songs do you know, if you can name them? That's such a funny question, because I actually was talking about this with someone the other day while they were mocking us that our only tunes are Chelsea, 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 and Blue is the colour. But there's a lot of chants at the games. I don't really know if they have names, but there's lots of chants. Obviously, Blue is the colour is one that's played at the full-time whistle every single game, and I'm always there. So it's one that's probably, I'd say probably the best. I don't know. It's, good stuff. But we have loads. We do have loads and interesting ones. We've got creative fans, okay? It's likely we're going to put Washington and Santos on loan. Do you think we should keep both of them instead if we don't get a midfielder or a striker this transfer window? I'm so glad you asked about Santos, Intensified J, because, obviously he's on the thumbnail. Andrey Santos has been called back. It's safe to say that his loan spell at Nottingham Forest has been nothing short of disappointing. And I think that's a combination of many factors. Obviously, Nottingham Forest did some spending themselves. They, obviously have brought in quality and players to play, but the thing is, Santos's loan just didn't work out, and you're never going to get a player developing if they're just sat rotting on the bench. Like, that is not what we loaned him out for. So obviously, not how it turned out to be, but I think Santos could potentially be going out on another loan, and I think that makes sense for him, because I just don't think that Pochettino would throw him into our starting 11. Obviously, we have injuries. There is competition there when we do have a fully fit squad. And I just sort of imagine a similar situation to how he's treated like Noni Madueke, for example, Ian Matson. And I can imagine it being the same. Even though we saw quality, we saw lots of potential, and Andrey Santos excited us, I still think that we would rather loan him out again, get him a better loan where he does develop, and potentially return after. Equally, Washington, still a really young player. He's got a long way to go before he is a first teamer and someone that, can get minutes in our first 11. So I would also loan him out. Big up, Chelsea till I die. Love your account. Thoughts on Conor Gallagher staying? I'm really happy. Look, if you'd asked me in summer, I probably wouldn't have batted an eyelid. No offense, Conor Gallagher, but we know that you weren't particularly having the best time at Chelsea. And it wasn't like his presence would have necessarily been missed. But now, flash forward half a year later, things are very different. Conor Gallagher has been so integral, so crucial to us. He has offered so much more than just press and running around and, having his daily jog on the pitch like he would have done when he was a squad player at best last season. So for me, he's offered a lot more technicality on the ball. He's been taking responsibility to shoot. He's taken the responsibility of wrapping the captain armband too, which can't go unnoticed. He has, maybe been a little bit less disciplined. He does go in for silly challenges at times. You can see the sort of lack of inexperience and maybe the bit of the sort of, aggression in the wrong ways, but equally has been so consistent. And you know what, guys? One other thing that I've said about Conor Gallagher is that he has stayed fit. You can't underestimate how important that is at Chelsea when we barely had any midfielders fit in our last two fixtures. Obviously Caicedo had his time out. He also struggled every time he returned from international break. Enzo, we know, has been in a little bit of a decline with illnesses and injuries of his own and whatnot. Lavia literally got injured before he made an appearance, and then when he did, he's apparently off and injured again. So I really don't want to brush off how important it is that Conor Gallagher has stayed fit for us, you know, this season. And like people have said, availability is your best ability. So I firmly stand behind the fact that we recognise it's important to keep Conor Gallagher, literally Pochettino's star boy as well, and someone that is very crucial to his plans. Look, is Conor Gallagher the best player? No, he's not. Are there better players in his position? Yes, there are. But right now at Chelsea, we need consistency, and Gallagher offers that. Who would you take, Tony or Osimhen? Osimhen is my first choice, but I would also take Tony because Prem proven, you know, he knows the Premier League well and he just is and can be that target man, you know. But Osimhen excites me much more. He seems like someone that's more fitting of Chelsea. And as far as I know, he kind of supports Chelsea, doesn't he? So that's interesting. I just don't think Tony really wants to come to Chelsea. So that's the only thing that makes him a number 2. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. Help Nina out. Yes, thank you so much for that, Niall. Honestly, appreciate all your help. But guys, if you haven't done so, do that. And that reminds me, I'm just going to share it to my socials so that I can get more people to join if they would like to. It's been a while since I've been live and I have missed talking to you guys. So thank you. Leo Messi, none of our players are Poch signings and fans are expecting that he is not properly utilising them. This is exactly what I said, you know, and Graham Potter had a similar problem last season. You know, he had players that were from everywhere. Some of them we couldn't even work out where they played and we expected, you know, Graham Potter to make a system out of them. Now it's a similar thing with Pochettino. You know, how does he make these players, a machine, a system that can score goals like week in, week out? Like, how do we do that? But I think I agree with you 100% that it has been unfair, and that's why I'm not so quick to call for Poch's head, because it's so difficult. Like, we've had so many young players, and I also do look at some players and say, you know, where they have had bad games, it's so hard to like have inconsistencies across the whole pitch and no one to cover them because we don't have experience. So, you know, we've had games where everyone's performed well and there's been games where everyone's had a stinker, and it just really shows. But you know, that's just what you get with youth, with inexperience. And yeah, I just don't think it's all been Pochettino's fault, which is why I defend him so much, I guess. Yeah, but hey Nina, some rumours are that we are going to loan Gilchrist, I can never pronounce his name, Alfie. Any thoughts on that? And based on your observations, can he play as a fullback? Yeah, look, in the games that he's come on, I've liked his passion. He looks aggressive. He's obviously apparently proper Chelsea, and you know, he's got the right intentions on the pitch. But I think still, you know, he's a young player. I have not seen enough, and he doesn't seem the most physical. But what he's shown is good. But you know, that's a big ask to play as a fullback in the Premier League right now at this level. Is he ready? I don't know, but yeah, I mean, look, I think again he's another young player that is exciting, could improve. I mean, I'm pretty sure John Terry said that he is meant to be one of like our really bright prospects for the future, one to watch out for. So I definitely think that's exciting potential there. How do you feel we have won against Chelsea? How do you feel we have won? What do you mean? Like, how I feel that we've won? Yeah, I feel good that we've won 2 games to end 2023. Hopefully that's gonna fly straight into 2024 and we can see some run of raw form. 42, wow, 38 people here in this live stream, guys. If you haven't liked this, please do so. And again, thank you so much for your support. Is Palmer the best signing for Chelsea since Kante 2016? I mean, oh my god, guys, that is actually terrifying. But surprise, I have a football behind my 2021 Champions League photo frame. Guys, that's my 2021 Champions League photo frame. That is the 2012 one. You take of that what you wish. But yeah, I think that's just a sign there how we have fallen off. Literally. Gosh. Well, that's broken. Gosh. But yeah, Cole Palmer, what a player. I think he has been exceptional since he arrived. And yeah, I'm only excited to see how he grows from here. Nina, we can't. Sorry, guys, it's just so funny. Like, how did that even fall? Nina, we can't sanction a 130 million deal for Osimhen, who is performing worse than Jackson right now. Let Osimhen finish the season and see. Look, I know, guys, it's not happening now. I'm pretty sure, like they won't be stupid enough to let their striker go like halfway through the season. They've still got Europe, they've still got things to fight for. They're not just going to let him go to us right now. That makes sense completely. My only view is that we need to get a striker, because I just don't see Breuer and Jackson as players that you go and try get back into Europe with, essentially, for the rest of the season. It's been going around that management would accept 60 mil for Gallagher. If we lose Gallagher, we riot. No, that has been put to bed, at least for now, until summer. Gallagher is staying with us. Playing one game a week is so boring. I want European football back. Yeah, Daniel, I agree with you. It really is boring. I miss European nights too, trust me. It's weird just going to Stamford Bridge just for Premier League games and league games. But, it just is what it is right now. Don't forget that we lost the Carabao Cups and the FA Cup to Liverpool. I know, I was there. It was the worst. But guys, look, surely it can't be another penalty shootout if it's a final. Like, do you know what I mean? Hopefully not. If we can beat them in open play, that would be the best. But yeah, look, it's just, it was just one of those things, right? But winning a final at Wembley would be big. I mean, it's been too long. Tony or Osimhen, answer that question. Tony for me, but our owners will probably go for and put stupid bid in for the ex-Coventry striker at Sporting. I probably spelt his name wrong. Yeah, I can't even pronounce that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of hype around him as well. But look, I don't know. I don't know who would be fit. I literally trust that recruitment probably know best. But then again, we've seen some of the decisions that they've been made. But I did say my initial preference was Osimhen. But again, Tony would be just as welcome, because we haven't seen Osimhen in the Prem. And but again, Tony hasn't played football for a while. He obviously is coming back, but how he fits into Chelsea and how he plays with everyone is going to be a big question mark. Hey, love your channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your comment. I think Chelsea need a good striker, but not to spend too much and look silly. I wouldn't go for Tony, not proven enough for me. I think Chelsea should go for Rashford. Look, I agree with you, and I don't think that Tony is worth 100 million. No way. And I'd be a bit upset if we paid that, to be honest with you. And look, I agree. I mean, clearly we have a reputation for ourselves of overpaying. And do you know what? Have you met our owners? Because I am telling you, I worry that they could pull something like that out of the bag and just, make us look silly again. But it seems that we're going in with desperation in this transfer window. But we'll see what's to come. But let me remind you guys and everyone in the chat that it's almost coming up to a year since Enzo Fernandez deal. And we all remember how much determination we went in for that one to happen. Chelsea need a clinical striker. We miss a lot of our chances. Shouldn't position 10 by now. We hope to be in Europe. Exactly what I said. Yeah, thank you. Hope you had a great Christmas and New Year. You, Nina, always look forward to your lives. Thank you so much, Niall. I hope you also enjoyed your Christmas and New Year's. I had a really nice time, to be fair with you. Spent it with family, had a really nice time. Thank you so much for asking. Every time Sanchez distributes the ball, I have a mini heart attack. Yeah, Paul, I agree with you, which is exactly why I feel more comfortable with Petrovic in goal for now. Like, let him get better. Let him get some game time. I'm perfectly happy for that. There are warning signs that Osimhen might have been a one-season wonder last season. I wonder why all Chelsea fans ignore his red flags and justify spending 130 million on him. Look, I absolutely agree with you. That is a ridiculous fee to pay, but right now, when you look at exciting strikers, out-and-out strikers, you cannot name that many. And of course, Osimhen is mostly at the top of the list for a lot of clubs that are in for a striker, but again, it's another what if, isn't it? Bringing him into the Premier League with this really great season up his sleeve, so much quality, like the way he moves, exciting football he plays, the way he finishes his chances, all of that. And you think, my God, can you just replicate that in the Premier League? Can you be as dangerous? But that's literally the cycle we've gone through at Chelsea anyway, with pretty much every striker we've brought in. So we can't, guys, we've tried both. We've tried bringing in the 100 million strikers that are shiny and, that are so interesting to watch and that we have big hopes for. And we've also tried it with the less experienced, the sort of potential strikers like Nicholas Jackson was, He wasn't even a season. He was half a season, at Villarreal. I think he scored maybe 10 goals, was it? I can't remember, maybe just under 10 goals just before we signed him. And we saw, love the way you hold up the ball, love the way you score, love the way you shoot. Let's bring you in. And then pre-season, again, like I said, sold us a dream. Tricks and flicks and backheel passes, linking up, with your Mudriks and your Nkunkus. And it looked so brilliant, but it just hasn't been the same thing. And I think Nicholas Jackson as a striker struggles. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but I said, at times I wonder if he's actually a footballer. Maybe that was a bit harsh, but in terms of the way he positions himself and the way he makes decisions, it's like, Jackson, you're not going to be waited for by every defensive line to put the ball in a position that's comfortable for you. It's got to be first time finishes. At times he tries way too hard to, fiddle the ball around, put it in a position comfortable for him, and he's dispossessed. And he's pushed off so easily. I just think he's much more effective when he comes from the deeper role. But as a striker, he's too isolated and he's just not a target man, really, But that's just my opinion. Does Poch need to be given time, or do you think they need a new manager? Oh no, I'm not Poch out. I think my viewers or my audience knows that by now. If you watch my content, you know that I do not want Poch to get sacked right now. That's the last thing that the club needs. Look, maybe I'm stupid, but I'd still give him until the end of the season. See how we do. There's still something to play for. And I believe this will quieten down big time if we can get something out of one of the domestic cups that we are still very much in. Santos to go on loan to Championship with Hull City, one of the names, good loan if it happens. I would rather that than him being on the bench in a Premier League side, if that makes sense. And, I think, again, it's just wasted potential. He looked so exciting. He was meant to be, one of those prospects that I'm pretty sure Liverpool were interested in, Arsenal, Man United, I think, expressed interest. And Chelsea came in first because obviously recruitment recognised that there is talent there to trust, and it just needs to be, evolved, developed, worked with. But again, he just wasn't going to get that at Nottingham Forest. Poch has not even got a fully fit squad yet, and there's no point in sacking him. Give him time. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Lots of injuries, lots of factors that are still, affecting him from picking a starting 11. Poch doesn't know what his starting 11 is. Nina, any update on Romeo Lavia injury? All I see on the internet is the medical team is assessing him. Yeah, I know as much as you do. That's all I know too. I think it's just such a shame, typical Chelsea fashion, that we get so excited to see a player return and he's just out and injured again. But look, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But again, that's why I'm like, are you really going to sell Conor Gallagher or consider selling him? It just doesn't make sense. If we replace Gallagher with an inexperienced player, fans will be fuming. Exactly. Reiterates my point. I'm so tired of bringing in potential guys. I just want a little bit of experience, as a nice addition into the team to get things maybe, looking a little bit better on the pitch. So then the players that are around them, the younger players, can have their inconsistencies, but also learn. But it's not felt so dramatically across the whole team when, individuals have bad performances. Tony is overrated. Brentford won 160 million. Yeah, I don't. That's ridiculous. But you can't blame Brentford for wanting their monies for him, because look at Brentford right now. If anyone's in need of Ivan Toney, it's Brentford. They need him back. But again, they're going to want a high price for them, and with the market right now, they can afford to ask for more. That's just how it works. So obviously someone's going to be breaking the bank. Sorry about me saying Chelsea. I meant all the teams we won against. Oh, yeah, I thought that's what you meant. But, yeah, really happy that we ended it on a win, Liv. Would be happy to do a pre-contract for Osimhen for summer. What we did on Nkunku for summer. Yeah, actually, that's a good shout. But, again, I just think it's so much more complicated with his contract at the minute. And I think they are just adamant that he won't be, he won't be coming or leaving right now in January. So, yeah, that one's going to be on hold for the time being. I'm so confused of the outgoing and ingoing. They just give us random names at this point. Yeah, look, nothing's very clear. At the moment, we have the fact that, we will talk about a centre-back shortly, but that's the incoming. Outgoings, obviously, Chalobah is going to be sold because, profit and all of that stuff. Maatsen is supposedly on his way out to Dortmund, and I think the club and Maatsen are keen on that move. And you know what? I don't blame him. I think Maatsen, again, he's got a lot of potential. I think he's got so much to show, but I just think the Premier League and the top level right now in Chelsea is too physical for him. I think he isn't as equipped basically to play at the top level. Do I think he's a bad player? No, I don't. And I just think that he will thrive so much better in a side like Dortmund, and I think they will recognise the talent he has, mould him into a much better player. But Maatsen just won't get game time at Chelsea right now. So can you blame the player for wanting to leave? I mean, he is literally a left back, but Pochettino would rather play a right back as a left back and a centre back as a left back before playing Maatsen as a left back. So you kind of get the point here. It's only fair. You can't really blame him. Hi, Nippon. Thank you so much for joining. Big up to yourself. I hope you're doing well. When Reece James comes back, if he stays fit, what would you do with Gusto? I'd play Gusto. And that might surprise you guys, but I would play Gusto because, look, as much as I love Reece James, he is proving to be a lot more unreliable. He's not staying fit, and I just wouldn't rush him straight away. And why would I bench Malo Gusto immediately when he is in a good run of form? The 2 times now that Reece James has been injured, Malo Gusto has stepped up big time, and he has taken his moment and he has shone. I think he looks so great, putting on man of the match performances. I think he knows exactly what he wants to do with the ball. And I just think, and I made a video about this, that Gusto can fill Reece James's boots right now while he is out. And what better? I mean, if recruitment got one job right, it was bringing in Malo Gusto as a second best to Reece James. Obviously, when he's back and when he is fully fit, he's going to be more than welcome. But for the time being, I don't see why Gusto should immediately be dropped with Reece's return. But let me know what you think. I just think that he's on a roll and he deserves to continue on. Do you think they didn't give us a left back? Interesting if they said was interested in a left back. That's not something to go off. Do you mean that we need to go in for a left back? We probably do, to be fair. I mean, yeah, that's a good shout, but we'll talk about that shortly because apparently we're going to be in for a centre back. Will you consider fan call-in shows? It's a good idea. I haven't thought about it yet, but it could be something, to consider if you guys would like to see that. I would definitely be open to trying that out. Kante impact, for the painting falling. There you go. That's it's very true. It's actually the question that you asked, but as a City fan, I'm happy that that's the one that fell. Yeah, of course you are, because bad memories, isn't it, of that night? But again, it just goes to show how the team has just completely changed since 2021. Good times. Cost of living got to the fray. Do you know what, guys? I mean, in London, it's been raining all day. There's been a horrible storm, so I'm not going to be surprised if, I don't know, the storm did that. No, it's probably not. But no, Thiago Silva is our best signing since Kante. Oh, yeah, well, of course. Do you drink before going live? Do you mean alcohol? No, I don't drink alcohol. I'm just hyper like this. And if that's what you mean, no, this is just what I'm like. Sober. State of our club. Yep, exactly. Pick it up. I actually can't pick it up because it's actually in pieces, but I will deal with that later. You're blushing. Yes. I just thought it was so funny. What was your favourite part about Chelsea? Everything. Yeah, just the pain and the happiness that you feel at the same time. Are you Pochettino in or out? I'm Pochettino in. I don't see Jackson's future at Chelsea. Striker incoming, and Jackson isn't a striker, and other forward position is already full. Yeah, no, look, again, we were forwards and we realised that, but Jackson isn't going to be a long-term striker. He most definitely isn't one that you compete for the title with in years to come. I'm sorry, it just isn't the case. If we lose another final at Wembley this season after losing 3 FA Cup finals in a row, when I'm hiring a wrecking ball machine and knocking the famous stadium down. Yeah, I can't lie to you guys. There was so much pain. I was there at the FA Cup final and yeah, I was just silent, horrible. I think it's the worst thing ever to lose at a penalty shootout final. Like, I'd rather just lose in, normal time. But hey, how long do you give Breuer and Jackson? Not long if it continues on. But obviously Breuer, if we don't get a striker, guys, we are going to be playing Breuer up top, potentially maybe with Nkunku. I don't know. We might see a big change of shape and formation if we don't sign a striker. Well, Jackson's at AFCON as well. Like, what options do we have? We need to invest in better physios and training schedules. Our injury list is horrific and has been for multiple seasons. Yeah. Well, what do you want Todd Boehly to do? Clear out the injury, the medical staff as well. I don't have an answer to that, but you do make a good point, Adam. We are very, poor in that department. Thinking of having no European football is good. I get less heart attacks whenever Chelsea play. Oh, what do you mean? Because less games, so it's less to be concerned about. Yeah. 40 people here. Like the stream and subscribe. Yes, what this person said. Please, guys, if you haven't done so, like the stream. Thank you so much. It's crazy that 44 of you are still here watching. Hi, Mo. How are you doing? Hit the like button. Thank you so much. Yes, I was live on Mo's channel, so be sure to check that out as well, guys. Check out his channel if you haven't been on there. Tony loves Arsenal, so there is no point to bring him at Chelsea. Look, if you said to Ivan Toney right now, pick and choose Chelsea or Arsenal, I'm not stupid. He's going to choose Arsenal. Right now, that's just what he will want to do. Like, let's be real. Big up, Nina. Hope you're all well. Hopefully, we can get Osimhen on pre-contract like how we done with Nkunku. Yeah, hope you're all good. Nice to hear from you, but I don't think that's going to be the case right now. Enzo. Oh, I know you love Enzo, Mo. Last January, transfer window was good. Yeah, it was. I mean, again, there you go. Just what Mo said. Enzo Fernandez. Do you remember? Deadline day. I'm pretty sure 15th of January, we said, it's not happening. And then Todd Boehly, just gave us what we wanted at the end of the month, really. Thank you, Nina, for inspiring me to the Chelsea channel. Olive, that's so sweet. I can't wait. I'll be the first subscriber to your channel when you set that up. Where will Chelsea be if we finish their chances? So much higher up than right now, Nippon, that's for sure. Because, like I said, there's been so many games where we should have won, should have walked away with points, but again, who can finish with a chance? I'm sick and tired of XG. What's XG got on us? Nothing. Big up, Nina. Big up yourselves. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, David. Are you happy that Gallagher is staying? Yeah, I am happy, as I explained earlier. They're talking about getting us a new centre-back because Silva will be leaving in summer. Would you prefer us to get experienced centre-back or younger centre-back? I don't think a centre-back is necessary right now. Maybe something to address in summer, okay, but why would we need a centre-back right now? And there has obviously been prospects and they have been talking about signing a centre-back. Obviously, Wesley Fofana is still injured. Levi Colwill right now is playing as a left-back. You've got Baziashu and Disasi who have been partnered up. At times, it's been underwhelming. At times, they've dealt well. But look, I just think that there's, when Wesley Fofana returns as well, you've still got two solid, centre-back duos that you can be rotating and you can find, a solid sort of reliable partnership in there. I still think Thiago Silva's got playing time in him. So right now, I just wouldn't bother going in for a centre-back. But let me know what you guys think. Jackson is better on the left wing than striker. Yeah, I agree. To be fair, I think he works better when he's got someone to link up with, and he carries the ball well. So potentially coming in from deep is much better than him just lingering at the top, waiting to be fed when he just won't finish the chance. If we get rid of Gallagher, if we brought an experienced midfielder like Paulina, it would be the end of the world. Yeah, look, again, we're not getting rid of Gallagher right now. Maybe in summer, yes, but that's going to be a different story. But look, again, like I said, Gallagher's not the best player. There are better players in his position there. I'm just talking from a purely consistency point of view at Chelsea right now. We need that to continue on and remaining. Otherwise, there's just so much transition all the time, and I just can't be bothered to want to fix something that's not broken in Gallagher right now. I think we got too many players stands at our club. Do you mean that a lot of people defend certain players who should not be defended? I don't know. Who is your favorite Chelsea player of all time? It is Didier Drogba, as you can see just over there. This man, I would, give anything to see him in his prime at Stamford Bridge again. I feel so blessed, guys, to have actually watched him play in the flesh. And although I was young still at the time, I still sometimes just deep how incredible that is that I watched him play. But yeah, he's just my favorite ever. I just love him. I don't even think that needs justification why Drogba is. Yes, Alfie, I'm gonna call him Alfie because I don't know why I can't pronounce his name. Should be starting more games. Too good. Minor cameos but plays with passion. Yeah, look, there's been a lot of clips that have popped up on social media recently about, him bodying players and having a very vocal stance on the pitch, exerting a lot of passion, which we love. It's very welcome. It's great to see that we have youngsters like that at Chelsea, really. And again, Terry said that he is one of our more exciting prospects. So, yeah, obviously that would be great to see. But yeah, I don't know if he would get game time to start with, but he seems to be a super sub to Pochettino. So I guess that will continue on. Would you keep Santos at Chelsea or put him back out on loan? Yeah, I spoke on this note earlier, but I'd loan him out again just because I don't think Pochettino would start him at Chelsea, and I think he can get so many more minutes at another club than he will at Chelsea, and that is what he needs. At the end of the day, he still needs time to develop. I think he can benefit from getting more minutes under his belt and playing consistently in a starting 11 and just being a regular starter, really. So yeah, look guys, thank you so much again. If you're still in this video, I really want to just say thank you. Sorry if I keep repeating that, but I'm very grateful to all of you. Just going to rush through a few more comments because I'm so behind. Why am I so slow? To be fair, this is why people tell me I'm a waffler and I talk so much that I'm so behind on all your comments. But yeah, look, again, just thank you so much to everyone that's here. Nina, I just like to listen to you. You are so intelligent regarding your Chelsea knowledge. Great Chelsea channel. Thank you so much, Alan. I really appreciate that. As you can see, you can talk about Chelsea for ages. So but really, really appreciate your support on the channel. Talked about Santos. I'm a big Chelsea fan and my BFF are watching you right now. Hello to you and your best friend. And thank you so much for watching. Right, has anyone else got anything new we haven't covered? I'm a bit worried Chelsea will get a big striker. Yeah, same worry, same anxieties. Exactly. And that's just what you got to assess at the end of the day, like you see well-established strikers and they come to Chelsea and somehow they lose their well-establishment. So I always say you're a world-class striker if you come to Chelsea and you're still a world-class striker. Do you know what I mean? So, say her name, Isla. Hi, Isla. Wonder if Poch will put Chilwell on left wing again. No, I think we've put that to bed. If he does, then I can't defend him. Like, then I actually will stop being able to defend him because Chilwell, like, why is he a left wing? Could you guys imagine if Levi Cole was playing at left back and Chilwell was playing as a left wing? Like, how mental would that be? But again, like, would anyone really be surprised? Like, oh dear, I just followed your socials, Nina. Thank you so much, guys. They're in the description below, by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. All of those are in the description below. I actually want to start making more content on TikTok. So follow me on there for some more short form content. If you can't be bothered to listen to longer videos here on YouTube, I will start doing more of those. Hey, Michael, thank you again for joining. Who are you doing? 2 wins in a row, bit of rarity. Oh, how are you doing? Yes, I'm doing good. As you can see, it's coming to the end of the live and I'm losing the ability to speak, but yeah, great to get 2 wins in 2023. Again, hopefully that's just going to be replicated. What else has everyone got to say? Wow, guys, thank you so much for all your comments. We need a striker ASAP. We should all go in for Osimhen, or get Santiago Jimenez. In this window. Yeah, look, a lot of prospects. I don't actually know which targets are realistic and which are not. And I don't like to entertain transfer rumors too much, but as soon as we have something more solid come through in the next few days, we'll obviously be able to discuss that. But for me, like a striker, 100%. I think front line, if we would get someone like Elise, then I'd be open to it. But otherwise, like, who else do we need right now? Like, there's just so much going on. The striker for me is just first and foremost, and I'd rather spend in a clever way as opposed to just slapping 100 million for anyone right now out of desperation. But it's good that the club recognises that. But if we don't, I think we're going to be in trouble. That's just not going to be a successful window, in my opinion. Yes. Hey, Nina. Hello, and thank you so much for joining. Have you ever met a Chelsea footballer or a footballer? I've met Mudryk. When I say met, I mean I've got a photo with him, if that's what you mean by met. I met Koulibaly last season as well. I met Graham Potter. He's not a footballer, but yeah, I don't know, waffling. But yeah, I've met John Terry, Petr Cech as well, obviously ex-Chelsea legends. It was pretty cool meeting them a few times. When we do the fan cams on Chelsea Fan TV, a lot of them often come out. Like we saw Sen last game as well. Who else have I met? I've seen Aubameyang getting a haircut at a barber's near where I lived. I used to live. So yeah, that's it really. Not that exciting. Haven't met that many, but I hope to in the future. But yeah, guys, I mean, thank you so much. I'm going to round this live stream out because you guys have listened to me for far too long. But again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's much appreciated. And yeah, again, like this video, check out my social media. It's all linked in the description down below. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a lovely weekend. I will be filming a preview for our FA Cup game against Preston, which should be good. It's nice. We are in the FA Cup again to go on hopefully another good League Cup run. But yeah, guys, that's me. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching. Take care of yourselves. All the best. And yeah, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.